And we are live on the air. Hello, everyone. This is James Tatum speaking from the Gauntlet show. I'm with Jay Nelson and Jacob Christner. Haven't seen him in a while on the show, but he's been here in the past. Gentlemen, how are we doing today?
Doing pretty good,
Doing pretty good.
20. I counted. It's the 28th time on the show for me. So it's
28?
Yeah, 28. Which is
damn. I did not think it was that many.
Yeah. It's like
that's a good number.
No, I'll tell you, it's good because I enjoy the show a lot.
Pretty interesting that Jacob is in Atlanta, Georgia, and he's the 28th on the show. Pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. And there's three.
How is those two things related?
I could have said really I could have said 25th.
Well, hold on. Not only is he in Atlanta, Georgia, and it's his 28th appearance on the show, how many people are on the screen right now?
3. Wow, I didn't notice that.
So,
all right, ladies and gentlemen.
Now there needs to be a comeback soon.
There needs to be a comeback. But we're going to start with what we always start with, baby. The Sports Moron of the Week, where we talk about the most idiotic things of sports. Does anybody want to start us off with this?
I do. I'm just going to get this out of my chest real fast, man. And I understand that he apologized for it, but my sports moron is to Tua Tagovailoa. Listen, brother, listen, okay? I'm not doubting that 95% of the shit you said is correct, because obviously the results are showing on the field, but you have got to keep that behind closed doors, Playboy. You cannot air your teammates out like that. I'm with you. You know, I think you very well have some lazy bums on your squad, but you can't air them out like that, man. You got it. If you're gonna rip them in half, do it behind closed doors, brother. You can't. That's nothing you could. I mean, it wasn't cool. I know people was like kind of making exceptions here and there when Aaron Rodgers was doing it. I never was cool with that. You know, Ben Roethlisberger did it a couple times. I wasn't cool with that neither. You know, and people try to make excuses for them. Understand, you're not gonna get that same grace because you're Tua. Not to say you're a bad guy.
So. Those guys are going to the Hall of Fame. You're not.
You're not. Yeah, you know what I mean? So you don't have that room. Even if, again, that's something that I just disagree with. You know, we had a phrase in the military as supervisors, as leaders. You know, you praise in public, reprimand in private. You know? So you got to keep that behind closed doors, baby. But, you know, I understand he apologized and everything, and this is a learning lesson for him, but he's got sports moron. You got to keep that behind closed doors, man. Stay away from the mics. Jacob?
Yeah. Okay. One of my deals this morning I put up was the debate between someone tried to say that Ohio State could help beat up on the Cleveland Browns. That got on Threads, which, because it links to Facebook, we have now officially hit it about 5 minutes ago 50,000 views on that sucker. And 50,000 views on that sucker, and then there's like about 2,500 likes. It's like about everybody's giving to it. It's ridiculous right now. And it's like all that kind of stuff. But guess what? There's still 4 or 5 morons. Those are going to be my morons of the week. These are the ones that have absolutely were saying that Ohio State would easily beat Cleveland. Yeah, as college team.
Wow.
Now, this is one thing that people need to understand. This is why I say I hate fans. And this is for all teams. I hate fans. This is why I say that front offices don't need to listen to fans. All the reasons I say that is because they don't know anything. They have this thought process all the time. They think this is a video game. Think about this for a second. Someone was saying that Alabama could beat those bad Detroit teams. No. No, it's like, let me tell you this. When you have 53 NFL players versus 12 NFL players, because the rest of them sure aren't. A lot of those, let's just say Alabama for a second. All those Alabama wide receivers are facing off against future insurance agents on the corners and the safeties, and
so
you know it's very, and you know it's true.
At less than 3% actually makes it even
exactly. But it's like that. But when you got 53 NFL players, that's 53 professional players.
Yes.
Versus 12 potential, and 3 make it.
Yeah, they will murder the worst NFL team of all time. They're still not going to lose to a college team.
No, it would be a murder. It'd be a curb stop. It would be a dog walk.
Yeah,
And
you
they
know,
don't. Go ahead.
You know, I wish that they would allow that to happen. Just as like an exhibition game, just so people can finally stop talking about this.
They used to back in like the 70s. They used to actually do something like that. When it comes to stuff like this, and you have a college team going against a pro team. Keep in mind, you have a team of people who are unproven versus a team of people who've already proven they can play at a high level. They've been drafted. We say all the time, "Oh man, this NFL player is garbage. He's trash." In truth, he's not. He's just the worst of the best. Because he would dust. The college players. You figure. But go ahead, Jacob.
Oh no, but let me tell you this. Remember the show Burn Notice?
Yeah.
There was one episode I remember once he had to he was in one of his undercover deals, and he had to pretend he was a weak, wimpy guy and whatever. And this one dude, and he is like fighting, and he's noticing, he's trying to keep him in a thing, and it's like, oh, there's an opening. Oh, there's an opening. I got to pretend to be a loser, though. I got to pretend to be a loser, but whatever. That's exactly what those games in the 70s were. Those games in the 70s against college teams, they said, oh, so 21-14 then. Yeah, you think Terry Bradshaw was taking that game seriously?
None of them were.
No. In fact, he probably played 2 quarters and let the backup go in. I mean, it's like he's probably looking at all these openings, and it's like, that's exactly what that felt like. And but these are the things. These are the things that morons say, and that's why that's why I've always said this, and you heard me say this in one of the other shows, dude. If all 32 teams did not listen to fans or take them seriously, just let them buy their merch, just let them buy their concessions and do their tailgates, and didn't take them seriously, we would have a lot more competitive league. We would not have these crappy Tennessee teams and these crappy all that stuff. I guarantee it, because these are the ones that when you're a Tennessee, you jump to conclusions and you fire Vrabel.
Yeah.
Now
look where you got now, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So now look where they're at.
Yeah,
they fired 2 GMs and 2 coaches in the last 2 seasons.
2 years.
Yeah,
2 and 2.
Less than 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, and then it's like so many people. Vrabel can't finish. Well, these other 2 can't start. You idiot.
He's doing pretty good with New England.
That was the point I kept saying with Lovie Smith. Lovie Smith can't finish. Well, these other 6 couldn't finish. It couldn't start. What do you want? One that can't finish, the one that can't start. Go get the finisher.
Oh, Lovie Smith, you already heard me on this one. They got rid of him after a 10-win season.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, though. They were saying Lovie can't finish. The others can't start. They keep forgetting this whole thing.
Yeah.
I'd rather have someone that can't finish, and then we go hire someone that finishes.
Pretty interesting.
That's my point when I say to you about Sirianni, James. When people get frustrated with him, he's finished. Finished.
Sirianni has earned the right to do whatever, because I know everybody criticizing the team this season, but listen.
He finished.
He was in pressure last season. People say he's going to be fired, and you see what he did. So I don't really need to speak for him.
That makes me – I love Ben Johnson, but it's like if it would have been Sirianni or Ben Johnson, I would have loved it. He finished. I won Super Bowl.
He finished, exactly. And you know what? And James alluded to it. Sirianni was in some controversy, was in a hot seat. People talking about, get rid of him or whatever. And he won a Super Bowl. Jacob, you know what head coach that happened to? Not once, but twice. Tom Coughlin. Both years he won with the Giants. 2007, he was on the hot seat. Then he beat the Patriots. 2011, he was on the hot seat. Then he beat the Patriots again.
Sirianni doesn't get credit because the team is, very talented. They have a lot of great players. But in the Super Bowl game, he was really out-coaching Andy Reid in that game. Andy Reid was not making the right adjustments. You were getting blown out already in the first half. In the second half, it didn't change. So you got to give him credit for that.
You want to know who kept getting – they keep talking to, he has a loaded team. Guess you know how many had a billion loaded teams and could not finish or couldn't even get that far? Marty Schottenheimer.
Yep.
Love Marty Schottenheimer as a coach. He was a great coach, but he couldn't finish. That's just the whole thing. Finishing, getting that thing to get there's a lot of luck. To get finished is a lot of skill and time. And
Yeah.
people have to remember these things. And I hope Ben Johnson does finish for the Bears. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking on the Eagles, I can share what my sports moron is for this week.
Okay.
So, I have already spoken a lot about the Eagles this season and everything going on. So, they got a big test in front of them this week for sure. But despite anything, how bad it is, there just becomes a point where the stupidity of other people becomes too much to handle. Howard Eskin was a journalist in Philadelphia for a very, very, very long time. I'm sure Jacob knows him. Well, this guy made the stupidest comment to Jalen Hurts on somebody's podcast. I don't really know what. I don't know what I did. It was on the Jakeem Sports Network. I think that's the only people that picked him up because earlier, like 1 year or 2 years ago, he was actually banned from the Citizens Bank Park for hitting on a female Phillies employee.
Huh.
He was banned from ever going to the Philly Stadium because of that. Keep in mind, this is the same guy. So he's saying on the Jakeem Network that right now the best quarterback on the Philadelphia Eagles is not starting. You know that Jalen Hurts was just Super Bowl MVP like 6 months ago, 7 months or something like that. And in 2 Super Bowl games, he was a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
So because the team is not playing good, you put all the blame to him and you say that he needs to be benched for a guy that wasn't even beating out Kenny Pickett last season as the backup.
Who's your backup right now?
Tanner McKee.
Tanner McKee.
So Tanner McKee should be starting. Not the Super Bowl MVP that up until a couple weeks ago, like the Eagles had not lost a game in a calendar year. This is a guy that you're saying bench him? He's all the problems? I'm not saying he cannot play any better. The Giants game, he threw the interception. It was not a good throw. It was not a good game for him the second half, but the guy has put the Eagles in a position to win every year. In his career, since being a starting quarterback, he never missed the postseason yet. And unless it happens this year, he probably won't. Because I think the Eagles will get it together and win the division. But it just shows you that when people has an agenda against a player or anybody, they just sitting and waiting and being quiet, and while everything's going good, they are secretly so angry. And they wait till something like this so they can finally say something. So Howard Eskin, you are an idiot, and you should be banned from talking anything about the Philadelphia Eagles after making a comment like that.
Howard Eskin.
I hope that he sees this video so he can hear me say that to him.
Howard Eskin hated Randall Cunningham. I remember those years. He hated Randall Cunningham. Howard Eskin was one of they used to win when Randall Cunningham was starting. Remember when I said about Randall Cunningham needed to be in Atlanta with those teams, dude? He needed to be with those teams with Dion and all them. And those were the times that they were starting to boo and hiss and everything over there. Those guys were yelling and screaming with Howard Eskin and all this stuff. Those fans were, which is why I hate fans.
Yeah.
And that's like right then and there, and he would have been. These are the things, though. Howard Eskin's an idiot. I've always hated that guy. And the biggest thing, and truthfully, he wants Ron Jaworski back. This is just the truth. He's way looking back at the past to begin with. He hates it that it's Jalen Hurts that got that title.
Yeah. It seems like there's always someone waiting in the wings to hate on Jalen Hurts. Because this time it was Howard Eskin. Who was the guy before him? Cam Newton. It's like it's after Howard Eskin, who's it gonna be next? You know what I mean?
Well,
it's
see, here's the thing though. Jalen's done nothing to earn this hate. Cam, I can say this. Cam, we can say at least he just at the middle of the Super Bowl with a chance at the thing and he got fumbled, he stood right there.
Yeah.
So there's that. And it's like just because here's the deal. He did it because he was afraid of getting hurt and he had to get surgeries next year anyway.
Uh-huh.
So there's and then he had him for the rest of his darn career. So you might as well have done it. You might as well have dove on that ball. But Jalen's done nothing to earn this except a bunch of morons. And it's no question is being egged on by Howard Eskin.
True that. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, when we come back, it's time to announce the Gauntlet Grinders of the previous week. Who was the best players on the field? Week 6 NFL. We're going to announce it when we come back here. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, very much for watching the Sideline Sports Network, home of the best sports talk in the business. Tune in to all our shows during the week, please. Now, we're going to discuss Gauntlet Grinders. If you don't know anything about this topic, it's where you basically announce who is the player of the week. So, who's going to start us off tonight with the Gauntlet Grinders?
Go ahead. Go ahead. You go ahead, man.
All right, cool. So my NFC Gauntlet Grinder is quarterback Baker Mayfield. He's starting to get those chants of MVP Baker. We gonna finally see it this year. But in this game, he was no slouch. 17 of 23 for 256. He averaged 11.1 yards per attempt, 2 touchdown passes, 139.0 passer rating. Baker out there cooking, shaking, baking, steaming. However you want your food done, he got it. He was responsible for not one, but 2 receivers receiving their first career NFL touchdown. So congratulations to them. Big ups to the Bucks on the win. Looking like world beaters right now. I don't know anyone out there who might can stop Tampa Bay. Remains to be seen. But in the AFC, I'm actually going to give it to quarterback Daniel Jones. 22 of 30, 212 yards, averaging 7.1 yards per attempt, 2 touchdown passes. He threw a lone pick, but he ended with a passer rating of 101.0. This is Daniel Jones playing some of the best ball he's played in his career. As I said on Picked Off, he looks better than the season he had it with the Giants when he actually went to the postseason. But this is what happens, when you put, he had Saquon behind him and everything, and they did the thing in 2022. He's got Jonathan Taylor, one of the best backs in the league, and the Colts are rolling. The Colts are rolling. No one saw this coming, but Indianapolis is for real. Jacob?
Oh, yeah. The NFC, I have got, the AFC is going to be a different one, but the NFC, Rico Dowdle.
Woo!
2 weeks in a row. I mean, like 200 plus yards full, and both receiving and running. Let me say this part: someone like him doesn't need to be sharing touches, especially with Chuba Hubbard back. I know they're doing this thunder and lightning thing. They don't have that kind of offense. It's not that kind of offense to do that. There's not. For one thing, they're almost the same runner. It's not like Knuckles and what was it?
Sonic and Knuckles.
Yeah, it's not Sonic and Knuckles. Is it for type of deal? He needs to get to a team that needs somebody bad,
right?
In a trade deadline, he needs because he can be an absolute star. And it's like, and personally, I wish there wasn't Pacheco in Kansas City, because man, that'd be ridiculous if there wasn't Pacheco in Kansas City, because Pacheco doesn't get touches because of the way that deal works. But boy, can you imagine if Dowdle went over there?
Oh yeah.
But now my AFC one is a completely different, because we were talking about Andy Reid a bit earlier. My grinder is going to go to Andy Reid for this, because it's the same as Bill Belichick when he was in his deal. But how many times did they say, give up, it's over, done, and there's another Super Bowl, or another appearance, or another this? Oh my God! And he starts 0-2, 3-3, and they start to look better. It's like the old man does not panic. It's kind of like, we should also say Flacco, but I just wanted to say this with Andy Reid.
The best in the league.
Yeah, it's like the best in the league. And it's like, and that's the thing. It's just like Flacco we saw last night. It's just they've seen so much that you just don't panic.
Mm-hmm.
And I say this so many times with Andy Reid because everybody all of a sudden they give him all the credit, in Kansas City. Andy Reid is the same guy for like over 20 years as a coach.
25.
Yeah, he's always been him.
You see how many quarterbacks he has worked with before Mahomes. He have McNabb, Kevin Cobb, Nick Foles, Michael Vick,
Alex Smith.
All these guys, like Alex Smith, all these guys, it don't matter what quarterback you give him, he always put them in the position to be great.
Yeah.
So, you got to give the guy the credit.
Yeah. Andy Reid had always been him for the last 25 years. He just needed to, Jacob? Finish. And he finally did. Over and over and over.
And he finished over. He did have to finish. But the thing by bringing up with it is everybody, and this is the deal. Everybody brings up that you need to have the quarterback. It's like bring it people, and I'm just going to say this. People will bring it up with Tomlin. It's like, well, he isn't the same without Ben Roethlisberger. Sure, correct. Not going to say without, but this isn't exactly a 4-win team every single year with it either. He's just never going to finish. You're just not going to finish with Justin Fields or Russell Wilson or Kenny Pickett or I want to say Trubisky. He was terrible in Pittsburgh. Much as I liked him in Chicago, he was terrible in Pittsburgh. You ain't going to finish, or Mason Rudolph. You're not going to finish. You're not going to do any of that kind of finishing with those. Not going to finish with Aaron Rodgers either. He might get you got lucky. You might get one playoff win, but you're going to get slaughtered by the usuals. But the thing is, I think that's what he's going for anyways, that playoff win in the first place. But the thing about it is the fact that you always need that, no matter how good you are. You always need that help to finish it. You always do. And Reid needed that help to finish. And it's like, there's nothing wrong with that because he carried so darn many teams. He carried these teams through so much, so long. It doesn't hurt to get help.
Doesn't hurt at all. Not one bit. James, who you got, man?
Speaking of the Chiefs, I want to speak about the other team that they played in last week's game. So this is going to be a little bit of a different situation when it comes to the Gauntlet Grinder. It's going to hit you guys with a little bit something you're not expecting. The most Gauntlet Grinder of this week is my man, Brian Branch, for throwing that nasty left hook at Juju Smith-Schuster. I don't care what happened. I don't care if he's suspended without pay. There is not anybody that deserves to be rocked than Juju Smith-Schuster. The guy is a complete fraud. He's a front runner. He tries to act like he's this, big bad receiver when he's really not. He only does stuff when he's on a stacked team like the Chiefs. Like after the end of the last Super Bowl, the Eagles and Chiefs, that pass interference call on Bradbury. He started making all these posts trying to clown the Eagles. You did nothing. You pretty much did nothing. You got carried by a great team and a great coach. And then you running your mouth at Brian Branch. You're trying to walk away from the situation. And you still trying to start something with him. And this is what I say. In life, some people, you need to leave them the hell alone. You see a guy that's irritated, he walking away, and you still pressing him, then what you think is going to happen? So it was so funny to see because after he threw the first punch, Juju tried to come at him again, and then Branch just tossed him with one arm on the ground. That move was actually better than the punch. So even though they lost the game, the way that you got humiliated like that by another grown-ass man, who really lost? So I'll give it my Gauntlet Grinder. That goes to Mr. Brian Branch, even though he's suspended this week. He is the man for that.
All right. that was your only grinder?
No, my other one, I think Bijan Robinson deserved the credit. For what? First of all, Nobody expect them to beat the Buffalo Bills. They go out and do it. And he had like 238 total yards receiving and rushing, 170 rushing and like 68 receiving, and also 1 touchdown. So Bijan Robinson having a really good season. So I give it to him.
All right. Okay. Well, this will go on to our next topic.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we see this segment start last week. Do you know ball? So one thing we learned is Dom does not know ball. And it shouldn't surprise you because he still owe me $25 and he don't pay. So he's not here tonight.
You gotta charge interest, dude. You have to
So
charge
it's interesting. Dom today he sent a message to me saying, "Oh, I can't be on the show tonight because I got to go to a concert." Interesting. So you can pay to the concert, but you can't pay me the $25. I just want to say that. Now, we're going to go through a series of questions about the NFL, NFL trivia, and then we're going to see who's going to be the champ between Jay versus Jacob. Which one of you knows the most ball? Question number 1.
All right.
Can you tell me which franchise is the only to score 3 safeties in a single NFL game?
Ooh.
This is a tough one.
Okay. The only ones to have 3 safeties in a game.
They
Only
scored
one
3
that-
safeties.
He's in the game.
Was it the Los Angeles Rams?
Jay, what's your final answer?
I'm gonna say Minnesota Vikings.
Correct answer was the Los Angeles Rams against the New York Giants in 1984.
Nice.
I have no idea how Jacob got that one. Next question. Only player in NFL history to return 2 punt return touchdowns in a single playoff game.
A single playoff game.
Darryl Green?
I don't think Darryl Green returned.
He did, but
In a single playoff game. Actually, yeah, he did. My bad. Single playoff game. Was it Willie Galt?
Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a hint. He played for the Denver Broncos.
was it the 80s?
90s.
Okay.
Okay, there goes my pick.
Mm-hmm.
In the 90s.
All I can think of is Champ Bailey, and I doubt it.
Shit, dude, I don't have. I don't have a clue.
The correct answer was Darian Gordon for the Denver Broncos against the Miami Dolphins in the 1998 AFC divisional round.
Oh.
By
Okay.
the way, just to let you
Gordon.
know with how you were asking how I knew the Los Angeles one. This is a funny story on this. It wasn't that game I was thinking about. It was Fred Dreyer's in the 70s I was thinking about. He had 2 of them. I thought they had 3 for the game. I was thinking Fred Dreyer. He had 2. He was the only guy with 2 safeties as an individual player, and I thought they had 3 in a game. So that's what I was thinking about. When
That's very impressive. I did not know that.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Which player has the most career wins without a Super Bowl appearance in NFL history? Which quarterback?
Ooh, without an appearance. There kills Marino. He had 1.
Yeah, he had 1. Most career wins without a Super Bowl appearance.
Yeah.
Moon? I'm gonna say Moon.
I'll go with it. Go ahead. Moon.
Okay, that's your final answer?
Yeah.
Yep.
Correct answer was Phillip Rivers with 134 wins.
Oh, how many does Moon have?
I'm not sure.
I'm
I'll
gonna
have
have
to
to
get
look
back
that
to you on that one after the show.
Yeah.
All right. Which franchise holds a record for the most overtime losses in NFL history?
Oh, it'd have to be the Chicago Bears.
up.
Oh, it'd have to be. They're the oldest.
I'm gonna go with the Giants, New York Giants.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Final answer.
Correct answer was the Cincinnati Bengals with 6.
Wow. No, I was thinking Bears because they're the oldest.
Yeah, but you got to think at one point in time, overtime didn't exist.
True, but they had years where there was, and then they were bad.
Mm,
They were bad in the 70s and stuff. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I'll have to look into that and see how many the Bears actually has. But Bengals are the winner with 6. So congratulations, I guess. Not a great record to have. Only player to intercept Peyton Manning and Tom Brady in the same season. Not once, but twice.
in another universe, Cooper DeJean.
Right.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
He's got Mahomes.
in the same season.
Ed Reed.
Yeah, my guess was Ed Reed.
It is Ed Reed.
Thought so.
So, Jay, I'll still give you a point for that since you got it right. 2-1. So, Jay, can you get the tie?
Okay.
Who has the most 400 passing yard games in NFL history?
The most 400 passing yard games. All right, hang on.
Want me to answer also? You want me to hold off?
Okay.
Dave, still got to think about it. We can go to Jacob.
Drew
Go ahead,
Brees.
Jacob.
Drew Brees.
Drew Brees. I'm gonna say. See, I want to go with most 400 yard passing games. I'm gonna say I don't know why the list of the 500 yarders are coming up on the screen. Coming up right now. I'm gonna say Marino.
That's your final answer?
Yes.
Congratulations. Jacob Christner is the winner. Drew
Yep.
Brees has the
Yes.
most 400 yard passing games. So, Jacob, you know ball.
You got it, man.
For a bonus, can you tell me how many 400 yard games he has?
I'm
Let's
just
take
gonna give a random number, but I'm gonna say like 25.
Close. 16.
Okay.
Still pretty damn good.
Yeah.
All right, so Bengals were the most losses in overtime. However, they did not lose last night. It was a very thrilling game with Joe Flacco throwing for 342 yards. Absolutely ridiculous. And Aaron Rodgers with 4 touchdown passes in that game. That was a crazy game and really interesting. So, my thoughts on this are not really good if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers. Because you've got to make sure that you're winning the games that you're supposed to win. And it's a division game as well. So, I understand that Baltimore is 1-5. Lamar Jackson is coming back after the bye. And if they all of a sudden figure it out and go on a run, you're going to wish that you won the games that you were supposed to win. And this was one of those type of games. However, on the flip side, very impressive win with the Bengals. Nobody expected them to win this game. Nobody. Nobody expected Joe Flacco to come in here and really do anything at 40 years old, including me. I didn't really understand the trade. I don't think at 40 years old, Flacco provides the Bengals with enough value. And I really still don't know if he's going to do enough long term to keep them in a playoff race in the event that Joe Burrow can somehow return to the lineup.
Yeah.
So I'm impressed with the Bengals. I think it was a good win for them.
Yeah, good win for them indeed. And this would be the time to recover from this and start getting on your shit, because the Steelers have the Packers next Sunday night on Sunday Night Football. Granted, yes, that's a home game, but the Bengals have the terrible Jets. So what you don't want is for that team that just beat you to essentially catch up to you. And like James said, you don't want that team out in Baltimore to have their star come back and start getting it together. So this game, no complaints about it. No one expected very much out of this game. True, and I know one of the teams was the current AFC North division leader, but both quarterbacks dialed back the clock. They dialed back the clock, and I'm not gonna say that they are gonna play like that for the rest of the season, but we got quite the thriller last night. Rodgers 4 touchdown passes, Flacco 3 touchdown passes. He went for over 300. Rodgers about 250. Let's see. Jamar Chase set the Bengals franchise record for catches in the game. So, and he wasn't out there getting more tackles than catches like in the other game, right? Or vice versa, however it went. But no, great win for the Cincinnati Bengals. They came out there in the White Ranger unis. I was definitely, when I saw them run out the tunnel with those unis on, I said, man, this might be a better game than folks think. It's just something about them White Tiger, White Ranger uniforms, man. But great win by the Cincinnati Bengals. Chase Brown got it in a little bit. T. Higgins scored. Jamar Chase scored. It was fantastic. I thought it was cinema. The Battle of the Unks, like the title says. Jacob, what you got?
I love what somebody said about that. They had a little Sunday night football or Thursday night football poster, and it looked like a presidential debate.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, just a couple old guys. I'll tell you, if there's one person I would love to see in the Super Bowl just for one more time, it would be Flacco. It's not going to happen, but I would love to see that, because I almost want to imagine him going up to his bratty kids and saying, "Now who stinks?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Now who stinks, you little brats? So, nah.
It's still pretty funny.
Yeah. But
I believe Matt Ryan's kids told him that he sucks too.
yeah, I mean, I think I can't relate to that, because I can't relate to that. I was close to my dad, and he was older, and I never would have thought that for anything. So, not at any age, at any time. But the thing about it is, Pittsburgh is so darn unpredictable these last years. This is what makes it kind of interesting. Yeah. You can say the Packers and this at home. Packers don't want to go. They get into lulls in their offense. They don't want to do that with Pittsburgh now. Now, any of the Pittsburgh teams of these years past, which it was like be a 16-13 score, it would have been great for the Packers.
I'm not really too. I mean, I'm a little worried about the Packers from what I've seen the last couple weeks.
Yeah. It's like
they easily could have lost to Dallas, and Bengals almost came back against them. So
and the Packers lost to one of the quarterbacks we talking about right now.
Steelers have an offense.
They almost lost to him twice.
Yeah.
Steelers have an offense. They do now. For the most part, last night they didn't. Their defense got absolutely shredded into wheat. But the biggest thing with it is the fact that they play the Packers, and then they're going to have these two offensive teams that are coming through. And the biggest thing to understand is they could easily be. That's the thing. They could easily be 8-2 or 5-5. You can't tell because you can't just. So many people in these pundits will give up on him after one loss because it's the 20-year anniversary of Mike Tomlin, and everybody's ready for him to go. Then they'll lament him when they pick a bad coach. Oh, it should have, couldn't have, they do it. This is what every podcaster and ESPN head says. They do this because they need something to do. But you can't tell. And last night, it was like I had the Steelers definitely. I didn't see Flacco. I thought Flacco would win some games regardless, but not this one. I didn't think it was enough time, but boy, he looked phenomenal last night. And it shows that these old guys are going to continue to get work in this league.
Yeah.
They will keep getting work in this league because there's such an understanding. It's like, why does Josh Johnson be in 14 teams as a backup? It's because he knows every OC's playbook. Every one. He's probably been with everyone. He's going to know every play. They said in that game against the Packers, Flacco, they gave him 18 plays. It's because he didn't have enough time to learn them all. They gave him 18 plays, and they could have given him 30, they said. He just knew it.
Yeah.
He just knew them because he's seen them all. And it's like it made him feel comfortable.
And if all else fails, throw it to Chase. You saw what happened last night. And and let me add, Jacob, and now I think people understand why you advocate for Mike Tomlin so hard. It's because deep down, you don't want to see him go out like Lovie Smith.
Exactly, actually, absolutely. And I don't want lament. The one thing I detest, and I'm just saying this, is fan lament. Lamenting. It's like 2-3 years down the road and they're crap and they have a crappy coach. That's what the Bears did after Lovie. It's like, you wanted him gone, you morons. And
exactly.
You morons, you wanted him gone. It's like now you're lamenting and saying how the great times. He'd still be here, you idiot. That's why I don't want with Tomlin. And it's like, and the only thing I'm not going to say Tomlin. I'm going to say when it's all over that he's one of the all-time greats, but in another tier. In another tier. I mean, you can't put him too much lower. Not at 200 wins, near 200 wins. Mm-hmm. You can't do that. But it just unbelievable the amount of things, the amount of wins he got. He's got 9 career wins with third stringers. Mm-hmm. 9 career wins with third stringers. That's unprecedented. That's insane. He is literally the definition of next up.
I agree. He's a good coach.
And it's like not a lot of coaches can get that out of people. Not a lot of coaches can get that out of people. That we trust you to win, not we trust you to be a warm body.
I'm not doubting that he's a good coach, but even the Eagles did it. They got rid of Andy Reid after one point. At one point, it just starts to become a little bit stale, and it's better to go in a separate direction.
Well, this is my thing.
It's the same way I feel about Harbaugh. I feel the Ravens need to move off of Harbaugh after 18 years.
Well, here's the way I understand. Here's where and I understand that completely. This is where I'm at with it, though. Pittsburgh is that one team that needs to finish. Tomlin's not finishing, not since 2007. He's not finishing. I love the guy, but he's not finishing. Oh. Their number one thing is not getting to the playoffs. They get there all the time.
Here's the truth.
They just don't finish. They don't get anywhere.
The Pittsburgh Steelers need a franchise quarterback.
Yeah, they do. And it's like, but this is the thing.
You're in a division with Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
And you have what's left of Aaron Rodgers.
Right. But this is my thing. Pittsburgh is what I'm saying this whatsoever. Pittsburgh is they're that type that it's like they're 10 wins. Mm-hmm. I mean 12 in 2020. You're gonna get. I'm not gonna do that 9-8 joke. I hate that crap. It's been 3 years. I'm getting driving me like crazy. I'm just gonna say 10 wins. If my team could get 10 wins every dang year, I would. It's like I would love to be able to have the thing of, we can't finish in the playoffs. Okay, we can't finish in the playoffs. Let's go get a coach that can. Let's go get a quarterback that can. That's that simple. Not tearing the whole team apart like a 4-win team has to do. Mm-hmm. That's all the thing is what fans' mindsets are always is tearing a team apart like it's a video game.
Yeah.
That's where the thing goes, and I'm like, if you need to finish, get the finisher.
Yes.
If you need to tear apart, tear it apart.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to be that simple. I wish I was a GM of the Rockies right now. I'm saying this based off. I wish I was, because they got themselves in the position they're in right now, where they almost took the White Sox over. They got themselves in position because they refused to do what I wanted to, what I would have loved to have done, and it's get all minor leaguers, and get all minor leaguers and get a couple of Crash Davises if we know Bull Durham. Get a couple of those and be mentors and just let them hustle. Just go get a bunch of hustlers. I bet you if they would have done something like that and just go with that idea, they'd have 60 wins.
Yeah.
It's like, but if you need to tear apart, do it right. If you need to finish, go get a finisher. But don't do this in between crap.
Yeah. I mean, with Mike Tomlin, because what happened was exactly what I was afraid of years ago, is that microscope was going to be on him when the last Cal recruit walked out that door in Ben Roethlisberger. But credit to him, because he's managed to take the Mitchell Trubiskys and the Duck Hodges and the Mason Rudolphs and somehow get 9-10 wins.
Yeah. I mean, and this is Mitchell's worst version. I mean, He was fine in Chicago. I mean, this is terrible in Pittsburgh. He still got those wins.
He did.
He gets wins. He gets wins out of absolute dirt. That's where I'm talking. I'm like, how many other coaches in this lifetime are going to have 9 career third string wins?
Yeah.
I mean, we're not going to see that again, because the third stringers suck now horribly.
Indeed. Well, I think.
Is that all?
Yeah. I'm pretty much.
For the non-sports topic, name your greatest Mount Rushmore of sitcomedies. 4 sitcoms. Okay? This is your idea. So why don't you start us off with the 4 on your Mount Rushmore?
Oh, shoot. I'm going to go with Martin, all-time favorite, the rated R show on Fox during the 1990s. Of course, I got to go with Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, because how can you deny, Will Smith and Uncle Phil and the gang and such like that. Now, the next two, okay? These are all 90s, by the way.
Wow.
I'm going to go with the Jamie Foxx show, because Jamie Foxx started out on In Living Color and seemingly became a pseudo-star on that show. But the Jamie Foxx show put him on the map. Then that transcended into movies. Then it transcended into music. Go ahead, Jacob.
By the way, Jay, just real quickly, keep talking. I'll be right back. I got to switch up things, okay? On my text.
Okay.
That's switch.
Okay. But yes, that actually led to bigger things. The Jamie Foxx show was what stamped him like on the map right there, So and not only that, but Braxton, Fancy, Uncle Junior, Aunt Ellen, everybody, like the show was a classic from start to finish. Even in the later seasons, when you would think like, okay, because typically it's like, with a sitcom, a comedy sitcom or anything, it's like, well, the best seasons are kind of like earlier on, and then the show kind of starts to do this. No, it stayed, in my opinion, it stayed on level, maybe even got laid. It depends on the show, yeah. But no, it was consistent from start to finish, even when they added in other characters, other new characters. So Jamie Foxx is my number 3. My 4th one, the Wayans brothers. Absolutely, positively the Wayans brothers, and it is living proof that the Wayans brothers are going to completely show out on anything with the Wayans family. They're going to show out on any project they're on. I went to go see the film Him about a month ago when it came out, and Marlon Wayans was a beast in that film. That film was more about Tariq Withers. I think he was kind of, set up Tariq Withers to be a success. That's another thing that the Wayans family is great at, is putting people on. Jim Carrey himself, in the interview, gave all credit and all praise to the Wayans family. If it wasn't for them, there'd be no me. I wouldn't even have a career. They were the one people that gave me a shot. But the Wayans brothers, oh shoot, and of course the late great John Witherspoon, his pops, and everybody on the show. That show was immaculate, and I still watch these old
the best
episodes.
characters of all time.
Yeah, absolutely.
The dad of Friday.
Yes, Mr. Jones, of course.
How the hell you get fired on your day off? All time great.
Yes, all time great. So that's my four. That's my Mount Rushmore.
Matter of fact, that's what I brought up the other day because I saw on Adam Schefter he put out that OBJ is suspended for PED use, and he's currently not on an NFL team. So I'm like, damn, OBJ, how you get suspended on your day off? You're not even in the league and you're suspended?
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. But I really like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Family Matters. That's my first two. Okay. I think they're both very, very good shows. They're both funny. But it's also good to see, like, the father. I like to see the relationship aspect where Will's father wasn't really present for him, and he had Uncle Phil. And Steve, although he was irritating, Carl was more like a father to him, and they had like a really good relationship. So I really enjoyed that aspect of seeing that, because a lot of young men today may not have like their real father in their life. So there's other men that come along, whether it's other family members that steps into that role for them or other mentors, which Carl is more like that than obviously Uncle Phil being his uncle. Yeah. So
people talk about,
I really like that aspect of the show.
The relationship between Carl Winslow, real quick, Carl Winslow and Eddie, and very few people acknowledge that Carl Winslow was a father figure to Steve Urkel too.
Yeah, he really was, and that's definitely the aspect of the show that I like. I'm also gonna put Seinfeld in mine.
Okay,
just love that show, and I'm also gonna go with The Office in the 2000s. I just really like the sarcastic type of humor that the show has, and The Office is great.
My man's in the back, the black dude. What's his name again? In The Office? Yeah, that's my guy right there, man.
Well, see, no, you like him because you know he's just taking a look around and like, these are morons.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
that's how you be at work when you're working with idiots.
Yeah. Oh, I know this. I'm finally at a place where I'm happy with people. I've had plenty of them morons.
So you don't have any coworkers that's idiots?
Where I'm at, no, not really, because I'm kind of where I'm at right now is like a lot of these guys are in their 60s, and I'm saying this, they're in their 60s and they have been things like they've in their past, and I'm saying they've had retirements and everything. They've been like let's see, I'm trying to think, like airline mechanics. They've been like airline mechanics for like Delta, and high end banker guys and finance guys. These aren't morons, so I got people teaching me different things around this stuff on things I did not learn. So I have no morons on this side, not at all. Thank God, because I dealt with enough of them over the years.
I know, right? Who's your Mount
Oh,
Rushmore?
yeah. Mine will be a mix of 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Okay.
Mine mix. Family. Let's see. Good Times.
Yes.
Good Times. Fresh Prince.
Mm-hmm.
Rock.
Of course.
Yep. Rock and Seinfeld.
Seinfeld's on yours also.
Yep. Well, the thing is, Rock, for reasons, they were the first live. Not even West Wing. It was the first live show.
Yep.
And it's like, and they put, and Charles said, see, you'll see where mine is. My thing is, I just tell this to everybody. I can't watch. I mean, Seinfeld is just because it's about nothing and it was funny. It was just, I mean, but they made nothing make sense. Seinfeld did. Like, you always wondered where does Kramer find the money just to go around every day and do nothing in New York City? But then every 3-4 years, he'd do something like sell his book into a movie, some goofiness. Then it's in your head that he made money that way and he could retire for doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Every 3-4 years, he'd do something goofy and make extra money. And then even nothing made sense. But other than those, other than that one, because there was that, my main goal is, and I'm just saying this, I had a tough guy dad and I got along with him. So I like tough dads, and I'm just going to say this, none of the white sitcoms had tough dads that are pansy asses. I mean, oh, you crashed your car through a garage. Oh, you just don't do it again, okay? What's James Evans going to do to you? What's James Evans going to do?
Skin you alive.
Yes. I mean, I love James because you were going to school.
Yeah.
You were going to school. You were not messing around with those gangs. You were not going to. You are going to do your studies.
Yep.
You're going to. I love Uncle Phil because they're from a wealth, and he is still not to be messed with. All those kids, you are going to school. You are going to do your things. You're going to be successful. I mean, there's no nonsense.
Yeah. And Uncle Phil was not above anything. Like he was the big shot lawyer turned judge, but he still will go to the hood and handle business. The episode that he went to the pool hall.
Oh, he's been in the hood more than once.
Yeah.
He handled business more than once.
Uncle Phil was raised in the hood.
Oh yeah. And you'll see these comment things and they'll be like, how did this rich guy get this? It's like he was raised in the hood. He hadn't forgotten that. He ain't forgotten that. But that's the thing I like. And Rock, of course, like Rock is no dad. He has a dad. He's no dad, but he's still zero fear of Andre. Which he could have gone out his door one day and that would be the end of him. But they made it to the point where Andre had a certain respect for him and wanted to wait and see.
Yeah.
So they built the thing. But there were certain white sitcoms I would like to watch, but I wouldn't put them on Mountains and Rushmore because they made dads look like wimps.
Huh.
They made them look like pansy asses. And I did not grow up with that. It was a no-not. And my dad and I were very close, but you did not mess with him. And I don't know the whole crap that every white dad was portrayed, or the moron.
Danny Tanner.
yeah. Oh, or the moron. I don't relate.
And I like Full House, by the way. But go ahead.
I don't relate to that. I relate to you are going to do this because I said so. You are. It's just like what James Evans said to his son. It's like this is one of my favorite lines. It's like, what about Black Pride? What about it? You're black, be proud.
Yeah.
That's exactly how direct my dad was.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like it was direct. It's like, okay, you're what you are. That's it. There's no there is no there's no excuse. There's no excuse. There's everything. There's no therapy. You're there.
Yeah.
You're what you are. So that's it. You're gonna do this, and that's the big thing about what I loved with those thing is like I was for the dads, and I shouldn't say black fathers white because the way they made white fathers were morons, but I just like the dads that are no nonsense. They are in charge.
Yeah.
I could say, I could also say Roseanne. I could say as a technical, there's Roseanne because Dan Connor was in charge. He fought with Roseanne, but he sure as hell was in charge, and he was a rare white dad that was tough.
But the funny part about that is, like, it's John Goodman. You know what I'm saying? You can't picture him taking on a role where he looks inferior.
Well, no, he's a big dude.
Yeah.
Big dude. Big dude. And that's just the big thing,
True.
Yeah. No, I like this. I'm just saying this. I like this, the topic. This is a good one.
Yeah, indeed. Well, I think that's it, fellas.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we thank you guys all for joining tonight. And we hope to see you guys in tuning back into the Sideline Sports Network, including this show and many of our other shows. So, we will see you guys next week for Picked Off Wednesday night to predict another week of NFL games.
Good night,
Thanks
St.
for having me
Lauderdale,
on.
Florida.
Appreciate you.